The mystery begins. Thousands claim they've left their bodies, floating above themselves, traveling across time and space. What if they're telling the truth? And more importantly, what does science have to say? Welcome to MindVerse. Today we venture into the mysterious world of astral projection, real phenomenon, or the brain's ultimate dream. In every culture, in every age, humans have reported something incredible. Out-of-body experiences, or OBEs. Are these just dreams, delusions, or something far more profound? Stay with us as we unfold personal accounts, psychological insights, and scientific investigations into one of the universe's most perplexing mysteries. What is astral projection? Astral projection is the term used to describe the intentional separation of consciousness from the physical body. It's believed that a non-physical astral body can leave the physical shell and travel independently. Some say it's a doorway to other dimensions. Others call it the mind's greatest illusion. It often begins with vibrations, a sense of floating, or the perception of looking down at oneself from above. This is where the lines between science and the metaphysical start to blur. I was 14, lying in bed when a loud buzzing filled my ears. I couldn't move. Suddenly, I floated out of my body. I watched myself sleep. The fear was paralyzing, but exhilarating. My father passed away a year ago. During an OBE, I saw him. Not like a dream, more vivid, more real than real. He spoke to me. I woke up crying. It started during meditation. I slipped into darkness, then light, and suddenly I was above the clouds watching Earth below. I knew I wasn't imagining it. We are taught that the soul can travel beyond the body. In deep trance, I have visited realms not visible in waking life. They are sacred, eternal. My spirit leaves during ceremony. I see the forest spirits, the ancestors. They guide me. This is not a dream. It is another world. Whether these stories are spiritual, neurological, or something else entirely, they're consistent across geography, language, and belief. The psychology behind it. From a psychological standpoint, OBEs often occur in altered states, during trauma, sleep paralysis, near-death experiences, or deep meditation. The brain's temporoparietal junction, which integrates sensory information and our sense of self-location, plays a key role. Studies show that stimulating this brain region can induce out-of-body sensations. But does that mean it's all in our heads? Or have we simply found the doorway? Neurologist Olaf Blanca conducted experiments where patients saw themselves from above when this area was electrically stimulated. The implications? Consciousness may be far more complex and flexible than we believe. Dr. Susan Blackmore, a cognitive psychologist, argues that astral projection is a misinterpretation of bodily sensations during sleep paralysis. But even she admits, the subjective experience is profound and deeply emotional. So we ask again, is perception reality? Science weighs. In 2014, researchers at the University of Ottawa studied a woman who claimed to astrally project at will. MRI scans showed unusual brain activity during her sessions. Activity unlike normal imagination or dreaming. And then there's quantum theory. Some physicists hypothesize that consciousness could be a quantum phenomenon. Could the mind tune in to different frequencies or dimensions? The CIA even declassified documents about a program called Gateway Experience, designed to explore expanded consciousness and astral travel. Their findings? Compelling, disturbing, inconclusive. According to the Monroe Institute's documents, used by U.S. military intelligence, the astral plane was mapped as layered frequencies, with some being more dangerous or unstable than others. Are these simply metaphors or encrypted truths? Cultural and historical context. Ancient Egyptians believed in the Ka, a spiritual double that could leave the body. In Hindu philosophy, it's the subtle body. In indigenous shamanic traditions, spirit walking is a sacred rite. Plato described a realm of perfect forms, accessible only through philosophical or mystical insight. Sufi mystics described traveling without movement, reaching divine realms in states of trance. The Tibetan Book of the Dead details a bardo realm, a place the soul visits between lives. Could astral projection be a glimpse into this intermediary state? Can you try it safely? Yes, but with caution. Many techniques exist to attempt astral projection. Step 1. Deep relaxation through meditation or progressive muscle relaxation. Step 2. Hypnagogic state, the twilight zone between sleep and wakefulness. Step 3. Visualization, climbing a rope, rolling out, or imagining yourself floating. Step 4. Letting go. Don't force it. Observing rather than controlling seems key. Practices like binaural beats, guided meditations, and lucid dreaming techniques can aid your journey. Always attempt in a calm, safe environment. Keep a journal, and if you ever feel distress, stop. Your psychological well-being comes first. Find a quiet place. Sit or lie down comfortably. Breathe in and out. Feel your body relax with each breath. Visualize a rope hanging above you. Imagine your hand reaching up. Feel the tension, the texture. Now pull yourself up, gently. As your awareness climbs, let your physical body stay behind. Float, observe. This is the edge. Don't force it, just feel and watch. Now gently return. Feel your fingers, your chest, your breath. Open your eyes when ready. Common experiences. During projection, buzzing or vibrating sensations. Feelings of euphoria or extreme calm. Seeing chords or light trails. Perceiving other beings or environments. Entering dreamlike dimensions. The consistency of these reports is one of the most intriguing aspects. Could these be brain-generated archetypes or shared access points to a larger consciousness? Carl Jung might argue these are manifestations of the collective unconscious, symbols and beings rooted in shared human mythos. Critics argue that astral projection is nothing more than lucid dreaming or dissociation, that there's no real travel, only imagined experiences. But experiencers insist it feels more real than waking life. Can we trust subjective experience? The placebo effect, after all, proves the mind's ability to shape reality. What if astral travel is real because we believe it is, and belief is the gateway? Modern physics suggests time is not linear, and space may be an illusion. Could consciousness tap into these truths directly? We spoke with Dr. Stephen Taylor, transpersonal psychologist. His view? Astral projection represents a natural, though rare, shift in consciousness, akin to mystical states. Dr. Penelope Sartori, who studies near-death experiences, says that OBEs share consistent elements with verified clinical cases, including verifiable observations during cardiac arrest. Still, mainstream science remains skeptical, though curious. As instruments become more sensitive and open-minded, researchers gain ground that may change. Now let's hear from you. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? What did you feel, see, learn? Drop it in the comments. We feature selected stories in upcoming episodes. Pause this video and write down one dream or memory that felt more than real. Could it have been something more? Tag a friend who's into the unknown and invite them to explore together. Conclusion: the universe within. Whether astral projection is real, metaphorical, or neurological, one thing is clear: the human mind is far more vast than we've been taught. To explore it is to step beyond the edges of known reality, to touch the mystery itself. Narrator: slow resonant. So we ask you, have you ever left your body? Do you believe the mind can transcend space and time? Drop your thoughts below. We read every single one. If this journey intrigued you, give us a like, subscribe for more explorations of the mind and universe, and share this with someone curious about the unknown. Until next time, keep wondering, keep seeking. This is MindVerse. Time isn't what you think, and your brain, it's constantly lying to you about it. You think you understand the ticking of the clock. But what if time is an illusion crafted by your mind? Welcome to MindVerse, where we explore the depths of consciousness, psychology, and the mysteries of the universe. Today's episode will challenge your understanding of time itself. We're diving into the hidden psychology of time, why it feels fast, slow, and sometimes even frozen. From mind-bending illusions to Einstein's relativity, from memory distortion to time loops in consciousness, we're peeling back the layers of what time really is. So stay with us, because by the end of this video, you may never look at a clock the same way again. Time feels different depending on where you are, what you're doing, and how you feel. Psychologists call this temporal perception, our brain's subjective experience of time. Ever noticed how time flies when you're having fun? Or how it drags when you're bored or anxious? That's no accident. Your brain doesn't have a time sense like it does for vision or hearing. Instead, it stitches together experiences using cues like memory density, attention, and emotion. Neuroscientists have found that dopamine levels, emotional intensity, and even body temperature can alter how we perceive time. Studies show that when we're afraid, our brain processes more information per second, so time seems to slow down. Like in a car accident, when everything feels like it's happening in slow motion. And when we're deeply focused, what psychologists call a flow state, time can vanish entirely. Hours feel like minutes. This shows one thing. Our perception of time isn't linear or objective. It's emotional, elastic, and deeply personal. Your brain plays tricks on time every day. Let's explore a few famous ones. First, the chronostasis effect. Have you ever looked at a clock and the second hand seems to freeze? That's because when you move your eyes, your brain briefly blanks out time, but it fills in the gap by stretching the moment. Next, the oddball effect. When you're shown a series of repetitive images and suddenly something changes, like a red square after 10 blue ones, the odd one seems to last longer. Your brain pays more attention to novelty, stretching the subjective time. And there's the time reversal illusion. In some experiments, people perceive events as happening in reverse order because the brain sometimes edits perception after it happens. Your brain isn't a live feed. It's a post-processed story trying to make sense of chaos. Memory is the canvas on which time is painted. When you recall a summer from your childhood, it feels vast, endless. But ask an adult about last summer, and it might feel like it disappeared in a blink. Why? Because when you're young, everything is new. Novelty creates dense memories, making time feel rich and expansive. As we age, routines set in, days blur together. There are fewer new memory markers, so time seems to accelerate. This has profound psychological effects. It's why older people often feel like decades have flown by, and why people on their deathbed say, "It all went so fast." Want to slow time down? Fill your life with novelty, challenge, and change. Time is tied to attention. The more present you are, the more time expands. Meditation practitioners often report altered time perception. Minutes feel like hours. Meanwhile, those with ADHD or anxiety might experience time as disjointed, slippery, unreliable. Attention acts like a magnifying glass for time. When focused, every second stretches. When distracted, entire hours disappear into the void. Digital culture plays a role too. Scrolling endlessly through social media can induce a time coma. Before you know it, 3 hours have vanished. Attention is the gatekeeper of time. Master it, and you begin to master your reality. Let's step beyond psychology and into the cosmos. Einstein's theory of relativity shattered the idea of time as a constant. He showed that time bends. It stretches near massive objects and slows down at high speeds. To an astronaut orbiting Earth, time ticks slower than it does for someone on the ground. This isn't science fiction, it's measured and real. GPS satellites have to adjust for time dilation, or their readings would be off by miles. So not only is time elastic in your mind, it's elastic in the universe. Time isn't absolute, it's relative, contextual, and curved. Just like your mind, the cosmos warps time. Here's where things get truly mind-bending. Some neuroscientists and philosophers argue that time doesn't exist, not in the way we think. They say it's a construct of consciousness, a framework our brains use to organize experience. Julian Barber, a physicist, believes the universe is timeless. What we perceive as time is just a series of nows, snapshots in a cosmic album. Others, like Carlo Rovelli, suggest that time emerges from relationships between things, that fundamentally time might not be a building block of reality. And what if the self is just a time illusion too? A narrative we tell ourselves, stretched across a timeline that isn't really there? Consciousness may be the projector, and time, the film it plays. So what do we make of all this? Time is not a straight line. It's a felt experience, a mental model, a cosmic variable. It bends with gravity and emotion. It stretches with attention and novelty. It disappears in deep states of flow and explodes in moments of awe. Understanding the hidden psychology of time allows us to live more deeply, to savor the now, to slow down the blur, to recognize that time is not just ticking, it's being perceived. And that means you have more power than you think. If this video shifted your perception, let us know in the comments. How do you experience time? Like, subscribe and share this with a friend who always says, time is flying. Hit the bell so you never miss another dive into the mysteries of the mind and universe. Until next time, remember, you are not just in time. You are time. Stay curious. Stay conscious. This is MindVerse.